We're back, me and Richard again. So basically, we're just going through what I'm pressing on the Stream Deck and how it sort of interacts with this sort of broadcast. So this camera's over here. The other camera's there. The third camera has got Terry and Dan on it. Terry and Daniel.
Hello.
If you want to wave at the camera, both of you. And then back to us. Yep. So that's this camera. Yeah, so I'm just sort of learning where the cameras are, the lights are, stuff like that. It's very warm in here as well. All the lights. Very warm in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is all new to me. So yeah, everyone's been quite patient with me, which is good.
Talk them through the computer you're using. Talk them through the stuff that you're using.
So it's MacBook Pro. I'm not sure what software this is.
It's Ecamm Live.
Ecamm Live. I'm being reliably informed. Yeah. And I'm using the Stream Deck, which has basically got different commands on it. So different cameras, different intros, outros, stuff like that. There's even like a go live button, a finish button. Just so I could literally run it just off the Stream Deck. But I think it's good for me to sort of learn why it does what it does, if that makes sense.
It's an Elgato Stream Deck. That's the make of it.
Elgato. Elgato's the make.
Elgato's really good. The lighting is newer. Tell them that as well.
Mm.
And the cameras are Sony, because tell them why we use Sony cameras, Richard.
Right. Okay, we've got, we actually have two different makes of camera in this particular studio. We've got Canon and Sony. Now, Sony are our preferred camera because they are so versatile. We've got a 1650 zoom on lens on the camera, so that allows us to frame the pictures that we want as well, and the quality of the Sony allows us to stream at up to 4K.
It's faster speed, isn't it? Explain
yeah.
the lead that it goes through.
Yeah, that allows us to stream it up to 4K, which is awesome. That is on par with basically TV. It obviously goes through HDMI, and we have capture cards on them, which again is all about image stabilization. And we use Rode. Here we're using Rode Time mics, which are again awesome. So we're not cluttered having microphones stuck in front of our faces, which again can be quite off-putting. So it's clutter-free, and the lighting is exceptional with the newer lighting that we have. In here we've got 4. When we do the
1, 2, 3, 4.
Church, we have 6 plus the natural lighting as well. So it is all geared up to quality. Now we use Mac computers purely and simply because the equipment that we use requires raw power. As you can appreciate, the cameras at 4K are drawing a lot of power, as is the various other bits of equipment. The Ecamm needs a lot of power to broadcast, and we broadcast across YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Not Instagram.
Not Instagram, sorry.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Facebook. YouTube,
Twitter, that's the other one. Not Instagram, into.
Yes. And tell them a bit about the box that stuff goes through underneath you.
Oh, right, okay. Now, in order to boost the power that we need to make all this happen, we use a CalDigit TS3, which basically it's not a transformer.
It's a power box, isn't it?
It's basically a power box. It just produces an awesome amount of power. Now,
so you can run extra cameras through.
Yes, that's right.
HDMI.
Just touch it.
It's very hot.
Is it hot?
Very hot.
How hot is it?
Warm for now, but I can imagine it being hotter than that.
So if we didn't have that power box, you can only run so much through the
Yes, that's
computer,
right.
the Apple. You can use a sidebar that we've got on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call that, maybe it's sidebar. But then the power box, you have more going in and therefore more coming out.
Yeah.
And we've learned all this from grassroots. It was Bishop Kieran Dewar who taught us, really, taught me.
That's
That's
sometimes
right,
the
yeah.
best way to learn, though. Learning whilst you're sort of doing it. That's sometimes the best way.
Exactly.
Yeah. And of course, it's also been an aspirational journey.
Yeah.
We've not been happy. Yes, we've been happy with what we've been doing, but we've seen that we can do better.
And that's the journey of excellence, I'd say.
Yeah.
You do the best you can with what you've got, but you're always aspiring to the next level up. How can we lift our game and make it better?
And there's a desire in there to say, oh, what if we do this? Well, yeah, okay. So we've taken on another camera to accomplish that, or some additional equipment to make that happen. And it's been a growth to get to where we've got today. And to be perfectly fair, I really do believe we've all learnt a lot, but we've also accomplished a great deal, and the quality is to behold from where we started.
World class, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Show him how to drop the lower third in on the giving.
Ooh,
Can you see it? It's on the top panel on Stream Deck, and you can see it.
right now, there.
They're called lower thirds. They go on the lower third
Right.
of your screen or your broadcast.
Yes.
Does it come on?
Yes, come on.
Okay.
So we do that round off each time.
Yeah.
I'll throw that to Terry. Terry can talk you through that.
Sorry?
You can
No,
talk,
no,
you can talk
quite
us through-
literally.
I'll talk them through, yeah. I mean, we've just dropped in a lower third there. That's called a lower third because basically it's the lower third of the screen. You'll see it. And if anybody wants, as part of our church, they want to give tithes and offerings, you can give, even now. And if you want to give into the work we're doing in our housing projects, our food bank, our community outreaches at Christmas, we've just bought today 24, 48. We've just bought 60 selection boxes. We've just given a few away tonight. But we're going to be giving lots of food away, lots of selection boxes to families, kids, youth, food hampers, cash cards, media stuff. We give all kinds of stuff away at Christmas. So if you want to be part of that and give into that, you can do. All the details are below on the lower third and in the text below that as well. You can just click on links. We've made it very easy for people.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. So that's back to us.
To me, to you.
To me, to you. To me, to you.
Yeah.
Chuckle Brothers.
Chuckle Brother time.
Reminds me of the service.
Yeah,
on
it?
Yeah, it was good.
To me, to you. To you, to
Yeah,
me.
do you want to talk us through the to me to you part of the service?
I will do, yeah, because it was
Sunday.
interesting because I've got a very good friend and we grew up in church together, like in our late 20s, early 30s. And he was from a troubled background and I was. So we got on really great. He knew he'd been forgiven for everything he'd done. God had touched his life powerfully, and me too. But it was interesting because this person, his life went along, and he good businessman, wife, kids. God was blessing his life, but there was always something in his life where he'd get offended quite easily with people, and he'd get offended, and when you get offended with people, your circle gets smaller and smaller. And you judge other people. And in the end, I mean, I'd see him like every 4 or 5 years. I was close to him for about 10 years. And I moved down south in Surrey and, And I'd see him, I'd hang around him for a couple of weeks or months, and then he'd get offended. And I wouldn't see him for 4 or 5 years. That's the way it was. Anyway, I saw him this time a couple of months ago, and he was so happy to see me, and he says, Terry, I've been really humbled. And I think what he meant was, his life hadn't worked out the way he thought. He said, I've been very proud, I've been very arrogant. And I think that's the place you need to get to. And then suddenly, because he needed God's love and forgiveness, again, because he wasn't proud and arrogant, he got it, but now he was very careful not to judge others.
Yeah.
And he was more kind to us, and he doesn't get offended now. And I said to him the other day, I said, I'm so pleased where you're at. And it's like, that's where I got it from. So he got the grace of God to me, and then it can go to you. To you, to me. To me, to you. From God to me, then it will go to you. So if I know the grace of God and the love of God, it's to me, then it's to you, the Chuckle Brothers. But if I'm not receiving the grace of God, God's riches at Christ's expense, or the love of God, if I'm not receiving it, then how can I give it you? I can't.
You can't if you haven't received it. So, no.
So he had a blockage in his life, and he's a great guy, very charismatic guy, very gifted, very skilled. But with that in his life, it took him down. But you can only go so far down before you can rise up again. Yeah. So that's where I got that from. I thought, wow, it's the Chuckle Brothers anointing. Grace, to me, then it goes to you. And if you stay in grace, it goes to me, to you. And then if you're in grace, it goes to you, to me. And we're all happy. So that's the Chuckle Brothers anointing. Do you like it?
I liked it, yeah. That was my favourite part, I'll be honest.
Was that the favourite part?
Yeah, that was my favourite part of the service.
Well, we have a Chuckle Brothers anointing because we take the table, the television, so we always say to me, to you, to you, to me, while we're carrying it. So it's quite funny. So humour's good as well. Humour is amazing. That's a blessing, isn't it, humour? Pure, wholesome, clean humour, it's a joy. It sets people free. And if you've got humour in your life, or you're around humour, you enjoy life every day.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Enjoy comes from two words. En means in, joy is joy. So you're in joy all the time. Quite amazing, isn't it? Really. You can stir up joy.
Yeah.
And have a laugh. So there you go. That's what I think about it. What do you think about To Me, To You, Dan?
It is just because I remember that watching that as like a little kid. Actually.
Did you? Did you like them?
Well done.
Quite funny actually.
Yeah.
Until it stopped, and one of them
died. And one of them's a DJ now. Who's DJ'd in Matlock at the Loft. Can you imagine that?
Paul.
To me, to you. To me, to you.
He's a big Rotherham United fan.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll forgive him for that. So Stan, so he says. But then Stan says what? He's a Man U fan or Liverpool or something.
Stan is pretty much a football fan, isn't it?
He'll watch anything.
He'll watch any sort of football game.
You know the Jungle Book where the animals are playing the football match? He likes that. Watches that. Well, that's good. I think we've done well there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to bring it back to you?
Yeah, I'm going to bring it back to us. To me, to you. To me, to you.
Talk them through the outro, what you do on the outro.
So the outro, there's a button on the stream, on the Elgato Stream Deck. So basically I'm going to press the outro and then
it plays a video, doesn't it?
Plays the outro video, which is this.
Yeah, we upload videos.
Says it's true. With a word spoken over me, he has secured my destiny.